Hello, everyone. My name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is October 11th, 2022. And I apologize for yesterday's brief live stream. I had an emergency. I had to rebalance my trading portfolio given the price action. So I had to respond immediately. I was seeing one of my positions, at least one of my positions, was being threatened. So I had to take profits and add to my margin just to make sure I kept that position alive. And I guess I'm telling you this because this is, this is important. This is what we do. This is why this is the hardest time, the bottom of a market. I don't remember who it was, but somebody once said that the bottom of a market is where a lot of traders lose money. The top of a market is where a lot of traders lose money, right? Because you're kind of trying to not predict, but project movement where no movement has yet been initiated, right? Based off of a lot of different scenarios. And so it's tough. It's a high risk, high reward type play, right? Buying at the bottom, selling at the top. High risk, high reward. But, that's what I'm trying to do with some of my positions on leverage. And I was just protecting those using some rebalancing techniques, taking some XRP profits, taking some Litecoin profits, and throwing them into my Cardano position, which is massive and not something I wanted to lose. So, okay, with that out of the way, let's talk about today's main topic, which is the DXY. The DXY is the chart that everybody should be looking at. That is the most important chart, right? With all of this chop that you see in Bitcoin, in all other altcoins, like with all of this chop back and forth, right? It's hard to really tell when these moves are done. Like on this channel, we give a lot of credence to being able to count corrective price action, but we always say corrective price action is by definition capricious, by definition a low probability affair in trying to project, right? You can get a decent idea, right, if you try to break down the price action in corrective threes, right, through wave movements. But still, nothing really happens until the DXY responds, because the DXY is the underlying asset. The DXY is the market mover, okay? And if you look at Bitcoin, if you look at the SPX, right, the traditional markets, you'll see that it's the underlying asset of the US dollar that really moves the market. And here you can see, despite the recent price action in crypto and the recent price action in other traditional markets, you're holding your support, okay? And this is what's most important. You're still at support. Nothing's really changed. And as I said before on the SPX, do expect to put in another corrective move, okay? This is one corrective move. This probably goes like this before you pivot and go into impulse, okay? I don't expect the SPX to be making big moves to the upside anytime soon. You may get some corrective move to the upside, but that's about it. As for Bitcoin and crypto, I do expect massive moves in the near future. I mean, this has been long time coming. I mean, like, we've been consolidating, put in our major 2 degrees of AB basing, and so we are ready to go. Okay, we're ready to go. Question is the DXY going to comply? Okay, and so we're gonna have a bigger look at the DXY during this stream. But as you can see, like, all these assets, let's go on the large time frames, are still at support, okay? You're still at long-term support for Bitcoin. You're still at long-term support for Cardano, right? See, this is what really threatened my position yesterday, you have this 150-day support, and you're wicking right below it, which is still reasonable. It's still, legal. There's nothing like, this isn't breaking support, but you're wicking into a demand zone, into a supply zone, into a supply zone, right? You're wicking liquidity for your move up. You're at support, right? And I've just been playing defense on this position for quite some time, right? My stop does have to be beyond this area, because I understand that even if you hold this channel, it's possible to wick below and still move up and still kind of maintain the integrity of this channel. Okay, so I had to move my stops for this this position, this trade. But you could just go down the line and you can see everything's at support right now. Like, it's now or never. Like, you're tapping in to support right here in Dodo. In Polkadot, you're at support right here. Okay, it's now or never. Ethereum, this is a different support. Although it's not right down here, you can move it up to here. It's basically the phi ratio of this move right here. Okay, the 618 of that move right there. So everything's at support. Question is it going to finally move up, right? And I think that it will, given what we're seeing on the DXY. The DXY looks to be at resistance, okay? And I'm just going to keep going through our altcoins, our watch list. Guys, if you're getting value, please like, share, and subscribe. But you can see we're at support. We're at very, very crucial long-term support in a lot of these assets. Actually, I would say Zilliqa's support is right here, because this was the move. This was the break of structure. This was the counter. This was the secondary break of structure, or second degree AB base right here. And so this is the support right there for Zilliqa. Kadena at long-term high time frame support. But you guys see, like, just zooming out, what do you see? Very simply, you see these massive 150 to 160 day channels, and your price is at support on that channel. And you can see that throughout, okay? Things are holding support. That is quite bullish, okay? People want to know what's bullish about the recent price action. The fact that we're holding support of high time frame ranges. That's quite bullish, okay? XRP's actually retesting. It's a little more bullish than most because it's retesting. So basically what XRP did was break out of this channel, retest the top of it, and put in one impulsive wave and a wave 2. It's going to go for wave 3 right here. XRP is. Okay. So high time frame analysis, it's quite simple. You're at support. You're looking bullish. You're looking like you're about to break out from the support. Okay, and that hasn't changed. I know I said this. I've said this quite a number of times. I know it's boring, but that's just what it is. This market is tough. If it was easy, everybody would be a Brazilianaire. It's not easy. You've been at this for months. We've been at this for months. Been watching this price action, carefully, trying to make out where we are, right, in these movements. But it's tough, But this is long-term support. Lido Finance, high time frame support right here. Do you expect a move? And this is obviously a 5-wave move followed by a 3-wave move. And then the retracement of this 3-wave move is between the 382 and the 618, which is very bullish, right? 1, 2, 3, right? This is where you expect wave 2 to end, between the 382 and the 618. So you're targeting wave 3 right there for Lido Finance. Okay. So now the DXY, that is the chart that everybody should be paying attention to, and this is really what gives me confidence to be bullish. Or else, guys, it's it's difficult to be bullish when the price still hasn't moved. Why can you be bullish? Remember, you had this rejection up here of the DXY at the top of our rising channel, ascending broadening wedge, whatever you want to call it, right? That was the fifth wave, the minor fifth wave, the primary fifth wave, the intermediate fifth wave, and the cycle fifth wave, right? That was basically the end. Then you have a three-wave move, okay? And I know it's a three-wave move because if I take the Fibonacci retracement tool, yesterday I said maybe it's going to be a zigzag, but it can no longer be a zigzag because, here, let me just show you that. It can no longer be a zigzag. If you take these 5 waves down, right, you go from top to bottom of these 5 waves and you retrace, you can see that we've well breached that 0.6185 ratio right here, right? And we know that in a zigzag, the 3-wave move up does not violate the 0.618 of the preceding 5 waves down, okay? So this can no longer be a zigzag, has to be a flat correction, okay? So it has to be a 3-3-5. So somewhere in here, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is the pivot, most likely, and we should be expecting 5 waves, okay? So this is what I'm seeing, okay? And this makes more sense when you take your Fibonacci retracement tool and you measure this, and we know that the minimum retracement for a flat correction is the 786 of the preceding 3 waves, okay? So like the A wave is going to retrace to the 786, and look what happened. Okay, so just so everybody's very clear how I pulled that retracement level, I took the orthodox high of this A wave. It's a 3-wave move, 1, 2, 3, right? So that's at wave 5, A, B, C, right there. So I take the Fibonacci retracement level from this high to this low right here, and look at where it hit exactly at the 786, the minimum retracement of a B wave. And as I was saying yesterday, if you look, you see a rounded top right here, okay? You were putting all of this price action right there. You're essentially doing A-B basing, as we talk about all the time on this channel. Every single time price wants to change direction, go from up to down or down to up, has to put in an A-B base, right? 2 degrees of A-B basing. It has to put in a corrective, a consolidated reversal pattern. So if you go on the smaller time frames, you can see that, and it ends up looking like a rounded top or a rounded bottom. But here in this case, it's a rounded top, right? Because we're changing from high to a low. We're going from high to low. But here you can see, you know, potential A-B basing. Something like this. Something like that. Right? Something like that. I don't know. But it essentially looks like a rounded top, yeah? And so this is why you look for rounded tops on you know, for highs and rounded bottoms for lows, because this is what you typically see in price action. And this is what really gives me confidence that, okay, there's something here in the DXY rejecting at resistance, right? It rejected once at resistance, which we understood was the orthodox high of the 5 waves, right? The 5 minor waves, the 5 primary waves, and intermediate and cycle waves. We understood that. Now you're getting your initial break of structure and then counter wave. Every initial break of structure, every 3-wave move, every corrective move has a counter. So if this is your initial corrective move, this is your counter. So we should have expected this, but we don't really know because it's a corrective wave, so we don't know. It could come in all different types, you know, shape, sizes, and colors. You know, it's so varied. So this A wave could have gone all the way down here, and then the B wave all the way up here. This is what I originally this is what I originally projected, that our initial break of structure would take us to this support, and then our counter would take us up to this 14-year resistance and then reject into an impulse. But that's not what happened, and that's okay. But see, we have this, and this may still happen in a way, okay? Because you may get this as an A wave, a B wave that wicks up here, okay? Wicking up above that 14-year resistance, and then back down. I don't know, okay? I don't know. So we'll see. Or this impulse down here can completely break this and go much lower. So we don't know. We don't know. But we got our initial breakup structure and our counter very clearly. And I already talked about why this is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's a lot of reasons. This is not wave 1, wave 2 into wave 3. No, because wave 2 does not retrace beyond the 0618 of wave 1, and you saw that this clearly retraced beyond the 0618 of this wave. And this 5-wave move, if it were a 5-wave move, like a standalone 5-wave impulse, it's insufficiently long. We know that 5-wave sequences come to a minimum extension of the 2236 Fibonacci extension of wave 1, retracement of wave 2, and we already proved that in a previous live stream that didn't fit the bill. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. The DXY, in short, is giving a good, it's giving us not just hope, but indication that this is the top for the dollar, and that yes, it is at resistance, and it is in the process of rejecting. Okay, using the momentum indicators, so the hourly time frame is oversold, 4-hourly time frame is cross bearish. Looks to be that we're currently at some sort of support level. We broke, maybe retesting for a move back down. So the 4-hour is cross bearish. Let's see, the daily is just about to cross bearish, hasn't crossed yet. The weekly is crossed bearish and oversold in overbought territory, and the monthly has crossed bearish in overbought territory, which is the most important, right? But yeah, the DXY definitely looks to be topped out, and the indicators, the momentum indicators, are showing as much. Okay, back to our crypto watch list. I mean, it looks like the market is responding somewhat, at least, to this DXY being at resistance and rejecting off of resistance. You know, Bitcoin is finding some sort of push from these support levels, okay? And you're also seeing, you know, some strong sort of it's a relatively strong response from support, from the support levels on these cryptocurrencies. So that is positive, right? We're at support and we're bouncing at support, it seems. You know, we have these bullish wicks, you know, strong wicks to the downside right here. That's showing, you know, strong buying pressure at support. This is what you want to see if you're bullish. Yeah. So that's pretty much it, guys. There's no use making it longer than it needs to be. That's my analysis. Again, it's all about the DXY, and the DXY looks to be at resistance and reacting, you know, like it is at resistance, rejecting from resistance. And conversely, as you would expect, the cryptocurrency market, Bitcoin and altcoins, seem to be at support and reacting to being at support, and they're bouncing off of support. Yeah. If there's nothing else, if there are no questions, no sort of requests of any altcoins, I'm just going to call it a stream. Guys, have a great Tuesday wherever you are. I hope you're still in your positions. I hope you weren't shaken out with yesterday's sort of price action. And I will see you tomorrow. Take care.